These videos are brought to you by MSCCasino.com and the Macau Sporting Club. MSCCasino.com, check it out.
You are watching Sportsmatters TV.
Chris, here we are, eve of another Premier League campaign for yourself. What's the feeling like to be back?
Yeah, I'm delighted to be back. It's good to get another shot at it. I think I'm a much better player because of the Premier League 2 years ago, and what better way to start off? I've got fond memories of Belfast, the opening night win 2 years ago as well, so yeah, I'm buzzing to be back.
Do you feel unfinished business because your performances didn't really correlate to where you finished in the table 2 years ago, so do you feel there's unfinished business? Yeah,
100%. Like I say, I'm a much better player now because of the Premier League. I felt I had a good season in the Premier League. I just didn't get the results. Played some great stuff, but yeah, I'm back and I'm ready to compete.
Nice memories coming back here as well. Obviously you touched on it, winning the opening night 2 years ago, so is it a nice feeling?
Yeah, of course, it's nice knowing that I'm here unbeaten. I've never lost here, so yeah, it's always a good feeling to relate on your win, but yeah, I'm hoping to go deep and just start picking up points early doors.
In fact, you've played in 3 TV events prior to this. Results may not have been, but does the stage experience help going into tomorrow night?
Yeah, of course, it's all match practice as well. I touched on after the Worlds, I used a fresh set of darts and a new set of darts, and they haven't worked, so they've been put aside, and I'm back to the old reliable ones now, so yeah, I'm hoping to see a difference.
Is that a mental thing? Because I remember you saying, no, I'm going to stick with them no matter what, I'm just going to wear them in. I think we spoke in Holland about it, so what made you do it?
Yeah, it was just chopping and changing. You know, when the old set's in the case and you're still using your other in 2 minds, so I've left the new set and literally just brought the old darts, and it's all in your head. It is a mind thing, but yeah, once you're used to something, it's hard to change.
Is that going to be an issue going forward then? Because at some point the grip will wear out on them, and if you physically go, oh, I just want to keep going back to them, what's the mindset?
Yeah, to be honest, I leave a couple of sets with my dad, and he throws them. He probably throws my darts more than he throws his own. So yeah, he can, because he's always on the board in the house, so he can definitely wear them in, and hopefully, if I do need to change, fingers crossed I don't, but if I do, then hopefully they'll be ready. Big
week for Chris Dobey, not only the dart player but the football fan as well. Are you nervous about the semi-final as well?
Nah, not one bit. I think I'm confident. Obviously, we're 2-0 up and playing at home, so yeah, we've got a good record against Arsenal at home as well, and they don't like coming up there, and yeah, just hopefully another win and give Arteta another something to whinge about.
Cheers, Chris.
Cheers, man.
Chris, would you rather Newcastle win the League Cup or get Champions League football for next season?
To be honest, I think they deserve European, but bringing the first bit of silverware, yeah, without a doubt. So yeah, rather than win the Carabao.
Speaking of silverware, you won 3 titles on the floor last season, made the final 4 of the World Championship. Did you expect to be picked for the Premier League on the back of that, or was the call a little bit of a surprise?
I wouldn't say I expected it. I knew I had put myself in contention. I think obviously having a great season on the floor, but I hadn't done it on TV. I think I made the World Series quarter-final. That was the furthest I'd went, other than the Worlds. And I did say I would need at least a semi-final to put myself back in the mix. And yeah, I think a few people fell early doors and I reached the semis, so I think I did feel I might have done enough, but yeah, I was just like the rest of them, waiting for the call or the message to see if I was in or not.
What will you learn from the last time you was in it? Because you play everything, all the Europeans, you can, all the Pro Tours, whereas now, number 1, there's more Pro Tours and more Europeans, but 2, it's 16 nights in the Premier League, it's going to be a tough schedule.
Yeah, of course. I think during the Premier League, the last time I was in, I kind of done everything. I was flying to and from European tours, and yeah, this year I'm going to try and manage the schedule a little bit, because I was going into floor events, not being able to get up for them as much as I was what I should. Every event you should be there wanting to win and getting up the same as the rest of them, but yeah, I'm going to pull out with just a few maybe it's €1 tour, €2 tours, a couple of pro tours, and just try and not burn myself out. I want to be there to win, and like I said, if you're burnt out and you kind of feel a struggle, I think you have got to look at your schedule a little bit.
If you look at the table last year, it seems to be Luke Littler, Luke Humphries, and then the rest, the other 6 were fighting for those 2 spots. Do you feel like that will take the same shape this year, where you've got the 2 Lukes ahead of everybody else, and then the other 6 needs to battle to get in a deal too?
I wouldn't say that they'll be ahead of everybody else. They've both got tough games. It's how they approach the hockey. Obviously, Littler's got a tough time. First game up, it's obviously the repeat of the World Championship, so Michael will be he'll be gunning for him, wanting revenge, and he doesn't like losing. So yeah, it's about how early of a start and how good of a start you can get. I'm in a good section of the draw for tomorrow night, and I need to make that count and hopefully knuckle down and start and build on the points.
Cheers, Chris. Thank you.
Cheers.
Chris, am I right in thinking that Premier League night in Newcastle is the Thursday night before the League Cup final?
No, I think Nottingham's the
immediate
Cup final. Yeah.
I was going to say, I think Newcastle comes pretty soon in the event.
Yeah,
but,
I think.
But I tell you what, that could be a thirsty week in the North East if Newcastle are celebrating their first trophy in what was it, 56 years or something, and you get a noisy reception, shall we say, in Newcastle. That must be that.
Yeah,
that would float your boat, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would be brilliant. It's what the North East needed. Obviously, the football side of things. We've needed silverware for a long time. I know we've won the championship on a couple of occasions, but to win a domestic cup, it would be brilliant for the North East.
And how did you take the news that they're going to build a £1.2 billion stadium, by the sounds of it, either on the existing site or backing onto it, so a little bit of Lees's Park? I mean, it'll still be the citadel that you see rising across the city when you cross the Tyne.
Yeah, whether it happens or not, you don't know. There's a lot of paper talk, and you kind of try not to get yourself lost in it, because it's the same with transfer window, who they're going to buy and who they're not going to buy. I don't want to try and get myself involved in that if it's not going to happen. So if it does happen, it'll be good, because the fan base now, a lot of people want to try and get to the football, and they struggle to get tickets in the ballot. So if we have got a bigger stadium, then it gives them more chance of getting tickets. But I just hope it's not one for like the people who come over just like wanting to buy off the off chance, and like you get tourists, all the tourists, because you get that at like Man City now, because they're a massive club, and I think it would kind of spoil it in the North East, because Newcastle, it's literally a one club city, and I think the fans are so passionate, they'll be disappointed if they didn't get a chance to get a ticket. What
did it do for you to become a World Championship semi-finalist as opposed to a quarter-finalist the previous year? So you're filtering up. It, never mind what the money sort of side of it was, which is obviously nice. But do you now feel like you are knocking on the door of being a finalist, of being a contender, as opposed to somebody who takes home a nice healthy paycheck from a decent week's work at Ali Pally?
Yeah, of course, and my motto is every year I want to build on my previous year performance, and obviously last year was the semi-final, so I'll be looking to better that and get to at least the final. And you've just got to play yourself into some form, and luckily I played myself into form. I didn't play my best, but I'd done enough, and I felt confident and I could go the distance last year, and unfortunately fell at the semi-final hurdle, but we'll move on from that. And like I said, I just want to better what I've done the previous year. So thank you. Cheers.
Chris, we have to talk Dublin, Belfast. Look, 2 great cities. What's it like personally to be there in front of all them fans and throwing the arrows? Yeah, it's great. Obviously, you get a great reception, and they are 2 great cities to play darts in. And it's a different crowd as well, which it's always good to see different side of things. You get the home
crowd when you're back in Scotland. You get a home reception for Gezi when he's playing in Cardiff. So yeah, it is nice to see the different side of things.
Definitely. It'd be nice to get a major back to Ireland, wouldn't it? Because obviously, look, we know the Grand Prix was there for many years. Obviously, it can't be there for many reasons. But look, it would be great to see a major back in Ireland, and hopefully we do get that.
Yeah, 100%. I used to love the City West, the Grand Prix. I had a couple of good runs there. But yeah, I used to love the best thing was that you had a couple of Pro Tours leading up to that as well. So everybody who weren't in the Grand Prix actually got the taste of coming over to Ireland, playing in the flow events there as well, which was a big thing. And honestly, they were probably two of my favourite Pro Tours of the year, and leading on to the Grand Prix, which is a great competition. And the double start is something from the northeast we play a lot of. So yeah, it's one of my favourite competitions, and I loved it in Ireland.
Definitely. Look, last of all, Chris, your game's at a good place. We know you could take it to the next level and the next level. How close do you reckon you are to that next level? Because you're playing a great game.
Yeah, I'm not far away. I've getting my floor game to where it should be. Started winning many titles on the floor. It's now taking that next step and trying to close it out on the big stage and start winning major titles again. So yeah, I think it's not too far away.
Major in the next 12 months?
I hope so. I would like to say I put myself in the mix. If I can get some good form during the Premier League and start playing myself into some kind of form, I think there's no reason why I can't.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Thank you.